Alright y'all, we're back. This week we're going to cook up a side dish. Something pretty quick, easy, simple, but delicious. You know, it's perfect for that weeknight meal, yet, it's so good you put it for your big weekend cookout. So whether you're grilling up some steak, frying some pork chops, baking chicken, this goes with everything. Super simple, quick, and easy. So let's get to it. Cheers. Alright, so here we start with 4 pieces of bacon. So, alright, already it's a winner, right? So all I did was, took 4 pieces of bacon and just, diced it up, chopped it up. And we're going to heat this up over medium-low heat and render all that fat out and make little bacon bits. And we're going to use some of this bacon grease here in a little bit. So this will take a little while. So while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and get on to the next step. So while that bacon is rendering down, we're going to take two red potatoes. And you see they're just average size red potatoes and 1 onion. What is that, about the size of a baseball, right? Regular yellow onion and 2 red potatoes. We're going to go ahead and dice these red potatoes up and chop up this onion. Alright, so this is what you want. You want to dice up this red potato, I don't know, what is that, about 1/4 inch, somewhere a half. I dang sure didn't pull out a measuring tape or measure it or nothing. But yeah, just dice it up like that, and then the onion right here, it's a rough chop, it's not diced or nothing, it's just a rough chop because, it'll cook down. So, that's what you want. And as you can see, let me see here if I can move this up. The bacon over here is still rendering down. So it's going to take a few minutes, give it a stir every once in a while, you don't want it to stick. So, we'll be back. For those of you wondering, I am drinking Wild Turkey tonight. Tonight I'm going with that Kentucky Spirit. Look how beautiful this bottle is. Looks like the turkey feathers. They discontinued this bottle, but man, it's delicious. Alright, so we pull the bacon out of the grease. Then what we do is we take the grease and we drain it out of this pan. We leave about 2 tablespoons of bacon grease behind. We add 2 tablespoons of butter to the bacon grease. Bacon and butter. This is just getting better and better, ain't it? So we crank our heat up from here to medium high. Get this butter melted. Alright, yeah, so then we just add these potatoes in. We let these cook. It depends, but in between 5 and 10 minutes. Flip it halfway through, maybe. So yeah, about 5 to 10 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. We'll let these cook. So as these potatoes are cooking down, this is where it's really tempting to where you would normally season, right? Like I want to put some salt and pepper or shake some Cajun seasoning on it, but we don't really want to do that because the bacon's already, naturally salty. And we're going to add in, you see that? Some Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning. So as you see, I got the big club size because we like a lot of ranch. If you can't find that, you can just get a regular ranch packet. You can find that at any grocery store. But this ranch dressing is going to be salty as it is. So with this, the bacon, you really got to fight that urge and just let those potatoes just cook in the bacon grease and butter. That's really probably good enough, isn't it? All right, these potatoes have been cooking away for about 4 minutes now. I picked one up and already saw it starting to get the color I want. So as you can tell, I haven't stirred, I haven't done nothing. I'm just letting them crisp up. But it's been about 4 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and give these a flip. You can see, look how good those potatoes are looking. So we'll go ahead and flip these over. Give them a good stir and let them continue on cooking. So after that initial 4 minutes went by where I just let it sit, now every once in a while I'm giving a little turn. I don't want one side to get too burnt, so just stir it every once in a while. Still let them cook. You can see they're starting to look delicious already. And just let them keep cooking. All right, so it's been about 8 minutes total, and those potatoes are looking about right where I want them. I think the temperature of your stove and the size of the diced potatoes is going to depend. I think the last time I had a little bit bigger dice and it went closer to 10 minutes. We're about the 8-minute mark, and those are looking right about where I want them. So at this point, we're going to take this onion. We're just going to push it all in. And we're going to cook it on down. We're going to keep it on the medium-high heat and stir it all up. Let that grease and the bacon grease and the butter get in there. And cook this down till these onions start to get nice and tender. All right, so it's been about somewhere in between 4 and 5 minutes, and everything's starting to get right where we need it to be. Everything's looking really good. The onions are browning up. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to take a can of green beans that I've drained. We're going to add a can of green beans. About a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. And 1.5 teaspoons of that ranch seasoning. And go ahead and take all that bacon that we browned off earlier and add that back in. Now at this point, you just want to give everything a good stir. All we got to do now is warm up them green beans. Man, doesn't that just look delicious? I mean, you could have just took a can of green beans and heated it up and put it on your plate next to your pork chop. Sure you would have ate it. But how about this? All right, so that's it. One last finishing touch you can do, like we do down here, add a little bit of hot sauce. We got a little bit of this Crystal hot sauce right here. Just a little bit. And that's it. That's it. So there you go. Look at that. Ranch, bacon, green beans, potatoes, onions. I mean, that was super simple and amazing. And right there, you just put whatever you want. Fry a pork chop. Bake some chicken. I mean, anything. Shoot, have a grilled cheese sandwich. But you put this next to it, and it becomes an awesome dinner. Alright y'all, that's this week's video. Pretty simple side dish, but it don't taste simple, it tastes amazing. Yeah, so I decided to do a side dish this time. A couple reasons. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all cook this up, tell me what you think of it. Tell me what you think of the video. You know, I'm still learning how to do all this stuff, so we'll figure it out. Got a lot of exciting stuff coming up in the near future though, so y'all stay tuned. Cheers.